Qualifying moves. Definition of a qualifying move. Made due to economic necessity, and from one residence to another residence, and from one school district to another school district. What does it mean to move due to economic necessity? This means that the child and the worker move because they cannot afford to stay in the current location or because of a better economic opportunity. The MEP is based on the federal government's recognition that migratory children face unique challenges due to their frequent moves, and often come from low-income families. The Department of Education's guidance is that if there's any reason to doubt that the move was made for economic necessity, the recruiter needs to explain the situation in the comments section of the COE. What is a residence? MEP doesn't have any official rules or laws that explain what counts as a residence. However, the department views a residence as a place where one lives and not just visits. In certain situations, boats, vehicles, tents, trailers, or other places may serve as a residence. School district lines, or attendance zones, decide which school a student can attend based on their address. If a student moves to a new home outside their current zone, they may need to switch schools because they've moved to a different district. If a state only has one school district, a move qualifies if it is from one administrative area to another within the district. For example, the District of Columbia has only one school district with 117 schools. In this case, a qualifying move would be if the move was across the established boundaries of the district. In a school district of more than 15,000 square miles, a move qualifies if it is over a distance of 20 miles or more to a temporary residence. For example, in Alaska, North Slope Boroughs District covers 95,000 square miles. In this case, if a student moved within the district and 20 miles away, it will be considered a qualifying move. What about vacations? A move for a vacation, for example, a visit to family and friends, a trip for entertainment purposes, is not a move due to economic necessity. Even if the worker engages in qualifying work while on vacation, that work does not follow the definition of a qualifying move. Sometimes, families move during the summer for work in other cities or states, but return in time for their child to continue at the same school. These types of moves still qualify them as long as they meet all other eligibility requirements. Is there a minimum duration of a move? Even though the rules don't specify how long a move must last, a migratory worker and child must stay in a new place long enough to prove they actually moved and did so for economic reasons. When moves are of short duration, for example less than a week, that could be questioned as not due to economic necessity. The Department of Education recommends that the state educational agency establishes a written policy for determining and documenting when and why these moves qualify for MEP. The department also recommends that in the comments section of the COE, the recruiter should explain why they believe the short move qualifies as a qualifying move under MEP. Is there a minimum distance requirement for a qualifying move? As we discussed previously in Alaska's example, the only minimum distance requirement governing a qualifying move is for a move of at least 20 miles within a school district of more than 15,000 square miles. Students must cross school district boundaries in all other cases. What about workers that travel back and forth each day? If a worker travels back and forth between a residence and an agricultural or fishing job within the same day, this person is a day haul worker. This traveling does not qualify since it does not involve a change of residence. International moves. Can individuals who move to the U.S. from another country qualify for MEP? Yes. Is a move from the U.S. to another country a qualifying move? No. The MEP was established to benefit families who perform qualifying work in the United States. Has a fisher who travels by boat and docks in another school district made a qualifying move? It depends. A fisher who travels by boat to another school district must have stayed in the new place long enough to confirm that the worker moved and that this move was due to economic necessity.